Once again, the crypto markets looks like an ocean of red. We can see every single category is just not doing so well today on this Tuesday afternoon. Currencies are down, DeFi is down, blockchain infrastructure is also down, but Bitcoin does like to flirt with these $20,000 levels quite a bit. And the fact that we've consolidated at this $20,000 region is already quite impressive in my opinion. So today we're going to check out Enjin coin. If Bitcoin is getting close to the bottom in this extreme fear phase, we can start focusing on dollar cost averaging and also long-term investments, really focusing on buying those blue chip projects that are here to stay for the future. Not financial advice, of course, but this is exactly what I'm doing. You don't have to copy what I do, but I like to choose those top 20 sort of crypto projects, create a nice diverse portfolio and hold them over the long term through the bear market with the view of selling them in as close to the top of the parabolic rally or the next bull market. And it's the only way you can win in this game, to be honest with you guys. So what's going on with Enjin today? We can see we're trading at rank 75. We are sitting at $0.48. We're down 3% on the daily time frame. So it is one of our metaverse crypto coins. We can see the market cap is 434 million and we have 90% circulation totally in supply at the moment. So if we look at the previous market cap, the all-time high over here, we did come up to 3.93 billion, which is a huge milestone in itself. So we've had a massive classic altcoin correction beyond 90% now. And these kind of levels remind us of the summer lows, of 2021 prior to the parabolic rally. We actually lost the summer lows level now. So it does look like after the first phase of wick-off distribution that we are hopefully leaning towards an undervalued space where we can begin accumulating a bit more. We can see the all-time high for this project was around $4.68. So the fact that we're trading at $0.48 now does really show that there's a great kind of discount on offer. I mean, if you walked into like Lamborghini or Ferrari and you saw your favorite car at like a 90% discount, you're not going to be like, I'll just wait for it to go back in price, right? No, you're going to like hop right on it. So this is what I want to look at today, is the price action of Enjin coin. You can see the volume is declining, but naturally we are in a bear market, so investor appetite is down, people are pretty broke, and there's many macroeconomical factors which are suppressing a bull market right now anyway. So what I can see is that we have lost this key level of support of $0.49 and we're just hovering below it at the moment. We might actually break through it quite soon, but the actual overall correction so far has been 92% for this project Enjin. I still believe we've got a massive level of support around the 0.32 level, and it is possible to see continuation down to this level here at $0.32, especially we had our first impulse and retracement around those levels at the 0.5 fib level, as we can see here demonstrated on the 2nd of February 2021. We had our first swing high, we got rejected here at the 0.49 level, we retraced down to about the 0.33 level, which is why I think it's a huge critical area of support that we cannot afford to lose. So Enjin really has to respect this range at the moment, and what I can see occurring on the daily time frame is, well, we had this descending triangle. Of course, we had the Terra Luna FUD over here, which was written in on the 12th of May 2022. Again, this is why this area is a huge part of the resistance. We're actually trading just at that wick right now, so if we can break through, we might get a bit of continuation to the upside. But what I can see is, of course, where we had the Bitcoin crossing 200-week move average, when we did cross the 200-week moving average, we came down to this level here. We wrote in support about 0.37. So this is a key area of support as well, but we did get a really nice bounce out of this oversold territory on the relative strength index, and that came up from 0.37 all the way to 0.62. So it actually offered, the traders that like to get a bit risky and frisky, if you want to call it that, in the extreme fear zone, a 64% impulse to the upside. So I'm kind of taking this into account at the moment already, that maybe we have had a bit of a relief bounce. So what I can see occurring on the daily time frame, again, our 20-day moving average, we got rejected here, big daily red candle, and obviously the red candles are bearish, of course, and the fact is that we're getting rejected on the 20-day moving average shows us that the trend is short-term bearish. But what I can see is this does look like another descending triangle, which is effectively a bearish continuation pattern. We could still lose this support along here and put through another swing low to 0.37 or even $0.33. However, I am anticipating that we might get a a bit of a relief rally here for cryptocurrency in general. I'm not talking about massive parabolic rallies, but I would be keen to start seeing us break out of this extreme fear phase. There's not many sort of price catalysts going on in the market at the moment, but if we look at that swing high to swing low, the first area I've got my eyes on is probably the $0.77 level if we can break to the upside of this descending triangle, right? You could also argue, however, it's a bit of a double top. Trading in this position, you've got the neckline along here. You see this? Then you have the first formation of the swing high followed by the second formation of the swing high. So it does look typically bearish that we are getting rejected along this diagonal support level here. But I do believe this project is going to get a bounce soon. So it could offer investors a good sort of high risk, high reward opportunity if you do want to look at like potentially placing a long position here. It's likely that we will get a bounce to around 0.53 from this particular price level because we have a significant amount of support along the support trend line of this descending triangle right here. So my short-term targets really is that we do get a breakout to the upside of this lovely looking descending triangle. Pragmatically speaking, the 0.618 is the golden pocket on the Fibonacci extension tool. So about $0.56 would be the breakout target. If we can break out with volume, I would be expecting a retest of this resistance as support, followed by another impulse to around about this level here, about $0.62. That would be my pragmatic and ideal scenario for this project, Enjin. Now, how about over the next year or so? It's always good to look into the future and kind of speculate what's going on. Well, what we do know is it's 435 million market capital, so we can easily see a good 5 to 10x for this project in the long run. Of course, as time goes on, your return on investment does diminish because the ROI on a typical market cycle is also diminishing as time goes on, right? It's easier for a 10 million project to go to 1 billion than 1 billion go to, say, 100 billion. And what we can do to get these targets is take the swing high, draw it down to the swing low, and what we're getting is a realistic price range really of what we could see by 2025 or something like that. And I'm looking between the 1.2 and the 1.618 Fibonacci extension. So ideally looking between $6 and $7.50 by 2024, 2025, following the next Bitcoin halving or cryptocurrency bull run. So that is what could effectively happen. That's where we usually see the pumps occur. So I will be looking out for these particular price levels here for Enjin. Another area I think would be ideal to see this project hit because we've got a lot of kind of swing lows and swing highs around this area. Is going to be about that $1.21 range. So I think 2022 is going to continue being bearish. If we do lose support here, all I can imagine is that we will just simply basically traverse back down to these lower levels here at maybe 0.32. It won't be nothing too deleterious, but we could chop around this lower range. Chop around here. Maybe when we do get another alt season, what could happen is actually, okay, we start chopping around this range here. That would be really nice to see, trading between the 0.48 and the $1.20 level. Big swing highs, big swing lows at the same time. We can see weekly time frame, we're way underextended on the 20-day moving average. Bollinger Bands also shows us we're right towards the bottom as well. So we're in extreme fear. We're nowhere near greed. So every time we're above the 20-day moving average on this weekly time frame, if you did sell like these particular levels, you'd be in a very, very good position to reaccumulate on the next sort of drop down below the 20-day moving average, right? You sort of sell here, you buy here, you sell here, and you buy here. Now, what I do see is we've got a similar sort of formation in the price structure where we're back under that 20-day moving average. We're at this lower range. I would anticipate a bounce still to the upside at some point. I don't think we'll come as high as $1.77. I do not think that will happen. But if we look at some of the previous swing highs, I do think it's possible to see at least a swing high up to the $1.20. Again, this sort of $1.20 resistance line along here. So that's probably the most realistic outcome for this project. Really, really keen to see how Enjin can grow in the future as a metaverse project. And I think, the team has got a lot of cash reserves, which means they can sustain through a long-term bear market and basically focus on development, network growth, marketing, PR, and other strategy in the background. So again, guys, don't be afraid to invest in these bear markets. This is where you make the money. If you did invest, say, in 2019 for this project, when we were sailing away at 5 cents, look at the ROI over here. So this 6,800% return on investment. What happened in the next swing low to swing high? Okay, well, you're looking at 551 return on investment. Extreme fear was along this lines. We're back in extreme fear. What could have possibly happened? Well, we're looking at a $7 target, right? We could easily still see a $7 occur. Let's assume $7. You're looking at a 1,000% return on investment over the long term. And even though it feels gut-wrenching to buy at this time because of the sentiment in the market, it doesn't mean you're doing the wrong thing, because you're not investing for today, you're not investing for tomorrow or next week. You're investing for the future, 3 to 5 years down the line. And that's when you focus on liquidating your profits, your holdings. You're bulletproof towards bear markets and the corrections within them, and that's what makes it so important. So hopefully, Enjin, big things on the way. Really like this project as well. Bitcoin, there's still so much going on at the moment. I mean, bear market, but look at this news. Switzerland's 5th largest retail bank will let customers buy Bitcoin in 2024. So what happens when other banks follow? What happens when more retailers get involved, more business, more big tech companies? Crypto will just soar and soar and soar. We can also use, indicators like the Bitcoin rainbow chart. We're still in the blue zone, which tells us it's a good time to start accumulating more cryptocurrency. So don't be afraid when you can use these reliable indicators like this. Of course, it's not financial advice at all, and I'm just a YouTuber. But what is this telling us is what we need to look at. I mean, look, following the 2017 bull market, we went into the blue phase. We shot right up. COVID-19, blue phase, shot right up. We have now got the crypto bear market where we saw the Terra Luna FUD, stablecoin depegging. We saw many other bad events like the 200-week moving average. Take advantage of the political geocrises such as, Ukraine and Russia war, as terrible as it is. Take advantage of all the high interest rates, etc. We're in the blue phase again. So if you hold on for a few years, you could assume that we'll be back in maybe the yellow or the orange phase, or even the green phase. But what that would mean is you're back into the profit zone. So anyways, I hope this video kind of helps you establish what to do in the markets, what's going on in the markets, how you can react to the sentiment in the market, as well as kind of get an insight as to what could happen for Enjin in the long-term future. If you did like this video, make sure you subscribe, comment, and, leave a like, guys. I mean, it would be great if you could help support. It's really difficult to get any exposure in this market. It's very competitive. And if you watched to the end, do leave a comment saying, I watched until the end. I feel so sad saying that, but when you do say that, it lets me know that you're fully engaged with what I'm on about, and I must be saying at least something on the right lines. Anyway, see you soon, guys. Stay crypto safe. Bye for now.